Okay, so in the last video we talked about V and W, and in this video we're going to be talking about the sounds of TH, of S, and of Z. TH, S, and Z. Now, you may wonder, why are we learning these sounds together? The reason is because many people, students of English, who say or try to say TH correctly, accidentally say the S or the Z sound. And so we need to talk about these three sounds together to try to find the differences between them and make sure to say them correctly, and especially get into the habit of doing that. It's especially sometimes difficult because if you say the TH sound as the S sound or the Z sound, that's also another word, and people will think that you mean that word. You'll mean the other word, not the word with TH. So let me just give you a couple of quick examples to let you know what I mean. Sink and think. I'll teach you the sounds later. Sink and think. So sink is a word. Think is a word. They're two different words. You have to be able to say them differently, clearly. Now, if you say I sink, most people can guess, you're talking about this one and not where you wash your hands, because that's not a verb. But there are other cases when it is not easy, not possible, to tell just from the grammar which one you're saying or which one you're trying to say. So let's go over these sounds very carefully. The other two examples quickly: with and whiz, with and whiz, then and zen, then and zen. Okay, so again, the difference between these sounds is very important because it's easy to be misunderstood, and that is a bad thing. All right, now we'll start with TH. We'll start with the TH sound. It's pretty easy to actually do. It's not a hard sound to make. The difficult thing is remembering to do it every time. Now, if you try to just remember to do it every time, you will fail. Okay, it won't work. Thinking about that every time you speak is probably not possible. It has to become a habit. A habit is when you do something naturally. You don't think about it, it just happens. So if you want to learn to be good at, let's say, ping pong, right? You practice ping pong and eventually you get pretty good. Not because you're thinking more about the ball, but because your muscles, right, and the connection between your brain and your hand, for example, is learning to connect to the ball out of habit, out of muscle memory. Okay, so this is something that you have to do with pronunciation as well. Pronunciation is actually muscle memory. It's not enough just to know how to say something correctly. It really isn't. You have to know it and then do it until it becomes 100% habit, until it becomes total muscle memory. That means when you say a word with TH, you say it correctly, not because you're thinking about it, just because you do, because you practiced it many times. So just remember this point. Now there are two basic TH sounds. One is with voice and one is without voice. Voice, as I'm sure you know, is using your voice box, which is in your throat, to make a sound. Like that. That is a voiced sound. One is voiced, one is not. Okay? So the basic mouth position for TH is to put your tongue between your teeth and make it very, very soft. You don't want to bite your tongue off, right? It will fall on the floor and it will be very, very painful. You don't want that. You want to put your tongue between your teeth without putting too much pressure on it, but still touching, like this. Okay, I'm not biting my tongue off, but I am touching my tongue with my teeth, both my bottom and top teeth. Now this is not enough. That's not enough. That is too much. You don't want to stick your tongue totally out of your face. It has to be a little bit out and pretty relaxed. So let's go over the two sounds. The first one, without voice. Now, in a sentence, you have to put this here before you actually say it. You have to actually get your tongue ready to say the sound before you do it. If you try to do it at the same time as you say it, then it will sound like this. I think, and it will not sound very good. It won't sound natural. So put your tongue on your teeth first before you say the sound, and then pull it back. Like that. The other one is the same here, but different here. You add your voice. Th, th, th. Now notice, this is not a hard sound. I'm not saying, I'm not biting my tongue off. It's very soft. It can go on and on and on for a long time. So practice that until you can do it perfectly. It has to have that very soft sound. And this is the basic TH sound. So practice and practice and practice until you can do it just like me. Alright, so now we actually need to go over some examples of words that include the TH sound. So let's do the unvoiced sound first. The first one, M-Y-T-H, is pronounced myth. 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 The pair of this one with the S sound would be miss. So make sure it's different than that. Myth, miss. Myth, miss. Myth, myth. Notice I'm not bringing my voice into the TH sound. I'm not saying myth. That's different. Don't do that. Myth, myth. So the last voice sound is I. Myth. Okay, the next one. Thing, 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 thing. Okay, we won't focus on the end of the ing because I'm going to teach you that in another lesson and make sure we cover that. I just want you to focus on the TH sound. Notice that I'm bringing my tongue back. My tongue is ready. I'm not doing this. Thing, thing, like that. I'm not sticking my tongue out and then back quickly. My tongue is sitting here, ready, and then pull it back. It's there. Thing. Thing. Okay? It's already there, sort of waiting to go. The next one, Thor. 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 Soft. Very soft, right? Okay. Now, the other sound is the one with the voice added. Okay? And this one is the same, except for that difference. Here we go. Either. 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 And if you want to really practice this, make the th sound very, very long. And that might help you remember it. Either. 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 That might help you to really remember and focus on the softness of the sound. The next one, feather. 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 Okay? So very soft. We can do it longer as well. Feather. Feather. Okay? My tongue is vibrating. Between my teeth very, very quickly when I say that. Okay? So very quickly again. Myth, thing, Thor, either, feather. Practice those many, many times. Now, I think the best practice word for TH is this one, because you have to say both the S sound and the TH sound very quickly. And the faster you can say the word, the better you will get at doing it and making it a habit. So practice this one many times. Some, thing. The second one, thing, thing, something, some. And when I say some, it's ready. Some, thing. It's already there, waiting to do the thing. So when I say the thing, I just pull it back. I don't need to do this, like that suddenly. Sometimes you need to do that, but not in this word. It's pretty fast, but not so fast that you have to do that. It's waiting. When I say some, thing, I'm getting my tongue ready. something, 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 something. Faster and faster and faster until you can really do it, until it becomes a habit. All right, so what I want to give you now is a short paragraph that has many TH sounds in it, which you can use as a sort of practice for the TH sound, for saying it correctly, and remember, very, very importantly, making it into a habit. Okay, so I'm going to read this paragraph 2 times, one time a little bit slowly, one time pretty quickly, and I want you to practice it as well. Practice it many times until it becomes totally natural and easy for you, okay? And you will thank yourself in the future. Here we go. I know it's a little bit long. One of the things that I think is the most threatening to the world is that most people don't think about how their actions impact the rest of the environment, even though there is a plethora of scientific research that supports the conclusion that global warming is the result of human activity. I wish there was something that I could do. Okay, so that was the slow one. Now I'll do it quickly. Now, notice I did focus on the TH sound a little bit. I said it a little bit more clearly. You don't have to do that. Once you get it really, really good, you can not focus on it. You can just say it quickly, right? It has to be still natural. If every word is, for example, something, and you say it too hard, then it won't sound good. So now I'll read it totally naturally. Here we go. Try to read it naturally. Okay, here we go. One of the things that I think is the most threatening to the world is that most people don't think about how their actions impact the rest of the environment, even though there is a plethora of scientific research that supports the conclusion that global warming is the result of human activity. I wish there was something that I could do. Okay, so listen to both, practice both, do it many times, okay? And this is an excellent way for you to improve your TH pronunciation. Next, we will work on S and Z.